I have recorded this video so many times, and each time it's just too long. So I'm going to try to make this briefer. It's probably going to be over 5 minutes still, so hang in there with me, because this video is going to cover all of these missions, all of these missions, and all of these missions, and these missions are going to be with us for the rest of the year. And the reason I say that is because you can't create visual art without using some of the elements of art, some of the principles of design, and unless you're working in black and white, color harmonies will always play a part. So, having said that, back here in the introductory quest, the elements and principles of art and design, one of the challenges was write a sentence about each element and each principle. And the reason I keep resetting quests is because you're not paying attention to the instructions. Where is the sentence about each element and principle? So there's a clue why this keeps getting reset for people. And here, what I want is to use your artwork, student artwork, in order to demonstrate what I'm looking for. But I can't use that yet because I don't want to use last year's students. I want to use your artwork in order to demonstrate this. So that's the challenge. Who's going to be featured? And once you're featured, you become a target. Hey, beat this. Someone create something better. And I will happily swap images out and preserve the artists who were there before. I will link so that image is always displayed. Now, before I get carried away with that, I want to show you an example of what we're talking about. I'm going to jump over to Chrome because I can bust through in my admin account, bust through that lock that you can't get through. This is an example of line. This is silver point. It's actual silver, an 1864 quarter. I drew with the edge of that quarter on a piece of wood that had been gessoed, had been covered with artist, well, it's like primer if you ever use paint. Gesso is an undercoat that allows not only silver point, but acrylics and, well, we'll get into stuff like that later. But for right now, all I want to say is this is an example. This is a small section of a much larger piece that is composed entirely of line. It's a composition, and even cropped, this is a composition. It's asymmetrical balance because this, you can't divide it up. It's like this is what balances. Does it look balanced? And if you weigh it visually, not mathematically, yes, it has a degree of balance. Is it perfect? It's art. Nothing's perfect in art. Okay, so this is an example. You don't have to use silver point and gesso because you don't have silver point and gesso, unless somebody in your family is an artist, or maybe you are. And then you're welcome to try that. You can use anything you want. In prior videos, I came up with, grab a pack of spaghetti and spill it out and move the strands around until you compose something visually interesting. First of all, your family might get disappointed if you dumped out mom's spaghetti because that was going to be dinner tonight. But secondly, I'm not telling you to do that. Use your imagination. What tools are available to you? When this silver point was assigned, we were told to go down and buy strands of silver that you could put in a mechanical pencil. They actually make that for artists to draw. And I didn't want to go buy that. I just wanted to do it. I was excited. I was inspired. And I had an old quarter. And I certainly had gesso because I was, working as an artist to get this degree. And I made this without going to the store. And, I doubt that anyone's ever drawn something this complex with the edge of a coin. But I don't know. Rise to the challenge. Use your imagination. Come up with something to replace this, because I want your art here, not my art here. Okay, so in the elements of art, I do have a video from Kevin McMahon explaining each of those in a little more detail. But for the rest, I want you're going to have to, hey, if you go here, there's nothing there except this video. Well, how do I know what balance is? Well, you wrote a sentence about it right here or you were supposed to, look it up. Look deeper into balance. When I talked about this, I said it's asymmetrical balance. Huh? Asymmetrical. What's that mean? Asymmetrical balance. How many different types of balance are there? This is part of your journey. Okay? So, I want you guys to understand, I can't wait to see what you create. And I'm sure there's going to be questions, and I will have follow-up clarifications. But what I'm looking for is you to get creative. You to use your imagination. Surprise me. Do something nobody's ever done before. That's what this class is all about. Have some fun. Yeah? Yeah? All right.